What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Madden 25. Before we start this game, I've been going through my team. I'm kind of at the point where I feel like I need to kind of start a little bit of a rebuild. Not because, not in a traditional sense where the team's bad, we need to kind of reset everything, but in a salary cap kind of preparation thing. The way I've built this team is kind of to be moving forward traditionally good. So let's say, I know this is not reality, but I want to build it to where it kind of can run itself and also just have an identity. So right now my identity is running the ball, offensive line, play incredible aggressive defense, have a good efficient quarterback, and basically everything else falls into play. It's my priorities on this team are the front seven on defense, offensive line, and keeping the quarterback. Those are kind of my priorities. Not to say that everything else doesn't matter, but so as of right now, I'm in a kind of not in a bad spot. I put myself in a good spot. The problem is all these players that I've developed over time. I've almost developed. I drafted so well the first season, getting Dale and Lewis and Coffee, all those guys in the same draft. The receipts are coming up. I'm gonna have to pay them. The problem is on the upper right with the 2029 cap room. Now, that looks like a lot of space, but I have Dale, Chop Robinson, Waddle. I mean, look at these guys. Coffee, Lewis, Jamin Davis. Look, he wants 30-something million a year. Look at his cap hit on the right. Let me go back for a second. I fucked it up. Look at his cap hit. Jamin Davis. He's been very, very valuable to my team, but like I can't give him half of my salary cap space. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of showing you some stuff. Benford, I'd like to keep. He's only 27. He's been awesome for me. He's just a good football player in the game. I feel like I can put him as safety and he'll be a premier safety. Which I might end up doing that. Will Jenkins, yeah, I've developed him. You guys know he was a 7th round pick. I've developed him to be a really, really good, solid player. I'd like to keep him. Ivan Pace. This getting to the point where I got to make a decision where I keep players. Like, do I keep like 2 Ivan Paces and let Jamin Davis go at 29 years old, or Jamin Davis, do I kind of trade him, get some value back? I'm kind of at that point with the team. Isaiah Whitworth, 86. He started in the Super Bowl because I had so many injuries. He's 6'3". He was a project. I've been developing him. Now he's coming up. He's a 75. He's only 24. What do I do with him? What do I do with this guy? He's not going to be that expensive. So I think players like this, I think I'm going to go more toward the spread myself out a little bit, especially on the skill positions. I hate to say it. I honestly don't think, unless they're special big time receivers and stuff are really worth keeping. But like Kendrick, I might have to let go. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what I'm going to be. He's not that expensive. So I have so many players assigned. Brevin Jordan, I'd love to keep. He's only 28 years old. He's a great backup. Even Marcus Harris has been good for me. 94. He's played a lot when had injuries in the defensive line. Jomo, I don't know who he is. They just keep signing him. The computer, but whatever. If I don't sign him, I don't sign him. Tyndall, I'd like to keep. Brewer, he'd be a great backup. Brandon Jones, I like. So I've got so many players. My kicker, Hitchens. Hitchens is only 23. I'm going to accept his option, but I have so many things I have to do, so I have to prioritize who I want to sign. So example, like Dale, he's going to be over 20 million against his cap. Now in reality, that's a steal. I might try to keep him. So I've got to kind of prioritize who I want to keep. Chop Robinson, I absolutely love. I don't know if I'll be able to keep him, and he's not going to be expensive compared to what like premier defensive ends would be. But the reality of it is I've got to start, like, for example, Waddle doesn't have much re-sign interest and Coffee doesn't have much re-sign interest. I'm going to be honest. I think I'm going to trade them both. I think I'm going to trade them both like today and see if I can get maybe a good receiver and a 1st round pick back for both of them and just kind of start my rebuild from there. Like if I can trade Waddle for a good, like 1st or 2nd year receiver and get a pick back, that'd be fine. I've got Beck. I've got my tight end. I've got a good running back. Waddle's gonna Waddle has literally gotten me wins with his speed. He just really has. But it's one of those deals where he doesn't want to resign. And in this game, rule of thumb, if they don't want to resign, don't even bother. It's just gonna hurt your cap because you have to give them more money than they want. Coffee doesn't want to resign. I'm gonna have to probably get rid of him, which is crazy because he's fucking awesome. Lewis is the best value from what I was looking at. I think he has only going to cost like $9 million a year, and he's an 85. He's going to get extended probably 5 years. So Jamin Davis, I'm probably going to have to trade Jamin Davis, Jalen Waddle, and Carl Coffey right now. Then I'll see what my cap space is coming up and coming into the season. Then I can figure out if I want to keep Chop. I've got to keep Dale. I've got to keep Ronald Dale. Chop Robinson's not as much of a priority because I do have a really good, I'll show you my team. I have a really good young defensive end there, number 90. You guys have seen him as a backup. He can be starting. He's just not premier yet. He's just got to be, you got to get, if you want to develop players in this game, they have to play. So, which my guard being hurt, Borden being hurt helps out Simmons because he's getting playing time. But Simmons is going to be starter anyway because Borden's going to be going to center. But let's get back to the end. So I have Solik here. A Jomo, I don't know what I'm doing him. And I have Burns. He's only 24 years old. He's a 74, but he's productive when he's in. It's tough to get rid of pass rushers, especially a really good one like him. So that's why I want to kind of try to maybe sign him. Jenkins I'd like to keep. My defensive tackles are probably my weakest part of my team. But like if I traded Jamin Davis, I can go back and get another linebacker, stick him there, and I still have some good linebackers there. I think this guy's going to be good once I develop him, Burnett. But and Tyndall I've got to sign. Landman's there. Landman can just take over and start. He's good, but I've got to start getting my cap under control, and Glenn's going to have more time. One of these guys aren't going to be signed. I can't sign all of them. So most likely it's going to be Dale is probably going to be gone. I'll have Lewis, Benford, Glenn, Kendrick. These guys, or Dockery. I've had all of these guys that I've developed. Plus, if I get first-round picks, I can just honestly just pick a corner. In this game, the corners are good when you draft them. So Coffey's going to be gone. But I do have Elijah Molden, who can come in and play fine right away if I can't replace Coffey with another safety, which I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. So what I'm probably going to end up having to do is trade a couple of these guys, get some draft picks, get some value, and have the space to sign other guys, unfortunately. So anyway, we'll start that process now, and then I'll just kind of edit the video and kind of show you what I've done and all that. But I think it's a good kind of time to do it. It's week 5. We're only a month into the season, and some of these positions I'll be trading are positions that aren't going to be a big drop off as far as like learning curves and things like that. I've got good backups in these positions. Chop Robinson, I'm probably going to keep. Robinson. I'm going to try to keep Dale. I might have to let Kendrick go. Maybe Benford. But I will get value back for them. Maybe I can get a couple of good corners back and just keep the good depth. I think depth is really important in football. But if I can keep Dale, if I can keep Chop, if I can keep Pace, those kind of players who are young and aren't going to cost me a ton. Definitely keeping Lewis. Want to keep Jenkins, the defensive tackle. So unfortunately, I think Waddle. I'd like to keep Waddle as like a lifetime Miami Dolphin, but in the game he doesn't want to be here for some fucking reason. The guy just won 3 Super Bowls in a row, and he's been the league's leading receiver for almost every year. I don't know why he wants to leave, but in reality, if he didn't want to fucking stay, if you don't stay, I'm not going to keep you. But anyway, let's get to trading. Let's see what we got. All right, guys, here's our first trade. Jalen Waddle to the Titans for this boat ride. I'm going to change that fucking name. And 2 first-round draft picks. Like I said, I had to move Waddle. He didn't want to sign with me. He right now costs me $31 million against the cap. Boat right costs me $4 million, and I could keep him on that same contract through next season. So I won't have to his new contract when he gets it won't kick in for 2 years. So that's good. Plus I've got 2 first-round draft picks. So I thought that was a pretty good trade. He's a young guy. He's bigger though. He's a bigger receiver. I'll show him to you in a second. I'll show him to you. He's kind of a different player. 6'1", 206. He's kind of like Peck. He's kind of like a Peck. But he's only 24 years old. He's a hold on. I fucked up. There we go. He's only 24 years old. I think he's the third year in the league, and he was a 1,000-yard receiver, 90 catches last season. He only had 2 touchdowns. That'll change. But yeah, he's a bigger, more physical type receiver. I don't know how fast he is. We'll have to deal with that. This team's going to be a little bit different. Like I said, I'm going to have to move some of these guys, unfortunately. So we do have 2 first-round picks. We replaced Waddle, and we're just going to go to the next spot. So right now we have saved. Let's see if it counts against this year's cap. We still have 82 million. So Waddle's still against the cap, but that's fine. But next year's cap will go up. So Waddle's done, saved. About 26 million. Okay, so he's done. Unfortunately, Waddle's gone. I didn't want to get rid of him, but I had to. You don't want to stay, I'm not going to keep you. Let's go to Coffee and see what we can get for him. Trade accepted. Okay, so we have another trade, guys. Got another trade. I got Spurlock, who's actually a rookie this year. He's a second-round pick. He does have a dev trait. He's a 77. Coffee. I don't remember the salary differences. I got to look that up. I got a first and a second round pick. I almost got 2 first round picks, but they weren't. I was having a hard time moving the bar without giving up a ton. So I did get a first and second round pick, which I'm happy about. Plus, Spurlock's probably going to be, my strong safety for the foreseeable future. He's also a lot bigger. He's like 6'2", 220 or something. He's a pretty big safety. So that's good. Coffee won't have to be resigned. He can go play somewhere else. Now he's going to go to the Jets. I'm going to have to deal with his ass. But yeah, let's see what I'm saving with him, to be honest. Spurlock, what is his salary? I don't know if I'm saving anything the first, like this season or anything with them, but because he's on a rookie contract. So second round rookie contract. I don't have to sign him for like 4 years. And Coffee wanted a pretty big payday. He wanted to be paid like 20 million or something like that. So that's going to save some money. Plus I now have 3 first round picks next season, plus 2 second round picks, and opened up cap space. So hopefully these guys will work out. I think I'm going to change the name of that receiver that I have. So be patient with me on that. And then there's this guy here. So let's move on to Jamin Davis, and then we'll figure out who we're going to start re-signing. Unfortunately, this is kind of a necessary evil. Trade accepted. All right, guys. So we have another trade. Unfortunately, Jamin Davis is gone. I am getting back 2 good young linebackers. Snell has a dev trait. I think he's a rookie. They're both rookies. Hackett's already an 81. So I've created more depth and everything. I'll probably end up starting Snell over Hackett, to be honest. I know there's a big difference there, but I think Snell's ceiling's higher from what I saw. I also got a first round pick, a second round pick, and a 4th round pick. So in the 2029 draft, I've got 3 first round picks. In the 2030 draft, I've got 3 first round picks. And I'm going to have a lot of cap space to sign some of these other guys. So we shall see what happens in the future. I'm going to try to keep, I'm going to go right now. I'm going to try to sign some of these players. Okay, so now I have a little bit less space to sign players this season. At least I have less people to sign. So let's kind of get our bearings as far as that goes. So Dale, let's just kind of mark off on her pad. I have to write it down and everything because I don't fucking want to remember. So they're gone, and they're gone. So, all right, so Dale wants 20, 25, That's 45, right? Between those two guys, they want 45. Lewis wants 9. That's going to be 53. Benford wants about 6. So that's going to be 59. Jenkins wants 14. He's going to be a big chunk of that. So that's going to be 63. What do I have? 77? Pace, Whiteworth, Kendrick. Miller. I might have to just let Pace go, to be honest. I might have to let Pace go. I might just have to let him go in free agency and just keep him this season. But that'll let me keep Dale. That'll let me keep Robinson. That'll let me keep all the other guys. That'll let me keep everyone else. And if I let Pace go, I can just draft his replacement. I'm not that worried about Pace. So we're going to get a plan on everyone. Pace. Let go. And off season. So Pace will let go. Pace will let go in the off season, right? We'll let him go in the off season. Let's start signing players, and then we will figure out priorities. So let's start the negotiations with Dale. I'll try to knock it down a little bit. He's 25. Let's give him 5 years. Let's knock it down to 9. Let's knock it down to 12. So it'll be about 18 million cap space. Let's see if he takes it. We got Dale. He is our corner for a very long time. Beautiful. Chop Robinson, who I do want to keep. He wants a 3-year. I'm going to give him a 5-year deal. Again, we're going to knock these numbers down a little bit. Good. So I have my corner and my end there. If I don't sign Benford, I'm fine. Lewis, I do want to keep because we do have Glenn there. So, these guys are he's going to get a 4-year deal. Let's go down to 5.5. Let's try this. If it doesn't work, we'll just sign him again next week. There we go. We're saving money. We're saving some. We've already saved over $1 million probably. So we have 27 million left to keep. Pace we're going to have to let go. I'd like to keep Whitworth if I can. Yeah, see, I got a lot of guys to keep. I changed this guy's name to Ward instead of Boatwright. I thought the name was terrible. He's DeMarcus Ward II. Anyway, so Hitchens and him are going to accept the options. I don't know what they're going to cost. I don't know how that goes, but we'll accept those options. But Sanders, what does he want? He's not that expensive. He wants to stay, right? Yeah, he wants to stay. So what we'll do is we'll sign him for 2 years. We'll knock these both down. He'll stay for that. There we go. So we have $23 million. We've got to get Jenkins signed. He's going to be my defensive tackle. My best one anyway. Let's go 5 years. No, we'll go 3. Go down to that. There you go. Beautiful. So we have a lot of the guys that I kind of wanted to keep there. Kendrick, I don't know if I'm going to keep him or not, or if I'll be able to. Miller, I'd like to keep. Jordan, I'd like to keep. Harris, I'd like to keep. Tyndall, I wouldn't mind keeping. Brewer, I'd like to keep. So I got a lot of players still to sign with a little bit of money left. What does he want? Yeah, I won't have much left. I might have to let Benford go. Pace I'll have to let go, probably. Whitworth, he's not. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. He may not be worth signing, actually. What does he want? He's not that expensive. Kendrick's not that expensive. I may have to let him go, though. Miller, what's he want? He's okay. He's kind of expensive. Miller's kind of pricey, but I do want to keep him as like a main backup. I wouldn't mind keeping him as like a main backup. He's only 26. Brevin Jordan, what does he want? I can fucking draft their replacements. I'm not that worried about like Jordan and those guys. What does Harris want? Again, I can draft the replacements. I'm not that worried about these guys. I'm not worried about these guys at all. He's 30. He's a 78. Let me see what he wants. For what he is, he's not very expensive. He's not very expensive for what he is. As a player, I'm not a big fan of him because he's small. Jones, I'm not worried about. I think we sign one of these guys. I think we keep Benford and let everyone else go, to be honest. Let's give him 3 years. Good. Okay, so right now, we've got Dale's done, Chop's done, Waddle's done, Lewis is done, Coffee and those guys are gone, Davis is done, Benford we kept, Jenkins we kept, Sanders we kept, Pace will have to let go, Whitworth will probably have to let go, unfortunately. Kendrick will probably have to let go. Because these guys aren't expensive. Oh, Miller, we got to keep. I'd like to keep Miller. I just don't know how that's going to affect the options. If it affects it at all. If it's already built into the cap. All right, we kept Miller. Miller's here. Jordan, we're going to have to let go, unfortunately. Harris will have to let go. Jomo will have to let go. Tyndall will have to let go. Brewer will have to let go. Jones will have to let go. Jonnu Smith will have to let go. Ward and Sanders will have to keep. All right, we're good. We're good. So anyway, that's our team, man. We're gonna have to really. We're gonna be in really good shape in a couple of years. We're gonna be really. I mean, maybe even by the end of next year, we're gonna be in really good fucking shape. So.
It's week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's the Dolphins and the Cardinals, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
A good neighbor to nearby downtown Phoenix. We're at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. We are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride in this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten up to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now. And this is also a measuring stick game, and a great one where you don't have the consequences of lose and go home.
All right, guys, real quick, I want to show you my team. Real quick, there's a lot of changes on the defensive side. Wide receivers, the more I look into him, he was Boathouse or whatever. The more I look into him, the more I think he was a high first-round pick. So I'm going to leave him as the starter, number 1 receiver, taking over for Waddle. I was going to put Peck there, but he's not good enough to be a number 1. I just don't think he doesn't have the separation speed-wise and everything. In fact, I think he's more of a slot receiver. But anyway, Ward's going to be my number 1 receiver going forward. Everything else in the offense is staying the same. Ends are staying the same. Tackles staying the same. Linebackers have changed. I traded for this Hackett guy in that Atlanta trade for Jamin Davis. Kind of expecting him to be the main backup, but he's at the same rating as Simpson, and he's 3 years younger. So I'm going to switch their roles. Simpson's going to be kind of a main backup. Hackett's going to go into the role, as far as outside linebackers, Hackett's going to go into the role of the starter on that side. Smith, I'm going to leave him as the starter. I'm going to leave Landman and Burnett as just traditional middle linebackers. My linebackers are switching more to kind of more traditional, not just kind of everybody doing everything. So I got my middle linebackers there, Smith, Landon, Burnett. And Landman can do everything. Burnett can kind of do everything, but Smith's going to be my starter. He's got a dev trait. He's a rookie. I want to develop him to be my guy for going forward. And Ivan Pace has taken over for Jamin Davis, and that's on that right outside linebacker spot. So I'll be getting some sacks and everything. So Simpson will be the main backup there. Landman will be behind him over on the other side. Same thing over here. Landman, I'm going to put over here. Where's Landman? There he is. So Landman's going to be kind of a main backup for everybody. And corner staying the same, and it's just new safety taking over. So we'll see how the defense goes. We'll see if it's there's not much of a difference. We'll see if there's a big difference. And let's just play.
You, for me, for the fans, and most importantly, for those guys on the field.
A lot of people had this game circled this week. Two of the best teams so far.
Yes, that Jamin Davis trade was really good for me because I think I got two first round. I got those two linebackers who are two starters.
The return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be let out by a number.
There you go. Trying to pause it. So I got two starters out of that trade, along with two picks. I don't remember if it's a first and a second or two first. So that was like my best trade for the one for Jamin Davis. So I ended up getting two kind of future starters out of it, and freeing up cap space and everything. But anyway, let's just play.
Of Oklahoma, one of the game's
I just wasted one of my timeouts because the two buttons are so close together on the PlayStation
last week,
controller.
the win. Those two touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And the defender redirects.
Sorry, guys, got to make one change. Looks like Simpson's playing on that one side. He's not supposed to be in this linebacker package here. Blah, 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 blah. Hackett here, and Hackett's supposed to be playing. So, anyway.
Nicely done. Incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Play action now. Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Jukes one defender. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down, ball at the 36. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Running with Achane out of the gun. Big gap up the middle. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Tua now from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Escapes the puck. This time they're going to get there and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Once it became goal to goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
Sanders all set to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now he gets set to see the Cardinal offense for the 2nd time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a 2nd time. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Murray from the pistol. made by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Cardinals first down. Now Murray on the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 4. Dump off caught by his back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A give up the gut to Benson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Murray. Has him on the quick hitter. Scores. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals tie this game 7-7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. So Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught, Devon Achane. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the Miami touchdown. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're until you stop them.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Sanders all set to send it away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cardinals offense making its way out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throw is there, Trey McBride. And that's good for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They'll have it 3rd and 3. This reeled in by Benson. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Braden Mann on the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Dolphins football. They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route complete. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, here's Tua. And there's a man there, it's intercepted.
He was supposed to cut to the left way before that. I don't know why he ran that far. I threw that throw anticipating him cutting about 3 yards before he did.
Well, I suppose some plays as an order for bringing him down almost immediately and preventing a return. Definitely minimize the damage the best they could, but it is still a demoralizing outcome for this offense to give the ball away.
His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player.
Oh,
we'll see what the nature of his injury is.
This is going well.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now an inside give to Benson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise.
Let me tell you, man, signing Elijah Molden, biting the bullet, and keeping Elijah Molden really, really fucking gives my defense a lot of versatility. It really does. I mean, he should be starting.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
And he's a good veteran. I mean, my defense is not going to lose that much of a beat.
It'll be 1st down, Arizona. Out this
game, to be honest. I love moves like that when I do that shit.
Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Here's the deep. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Arizona. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals tie things up at 14. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Man, it's hilarious. I can finally get back the ball. with Waddle there, I just couldn't get that guy the goddamn ball.
Play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Running once more with Miller. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Tua off the play fake. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The Cardinals in possession of it once again. Drive starts out
Yeah, I'll
with a
just
first
give him
and
that
10.
shot, see what I have with him. So we're going to start tightening things up here.
Receiver in motion going left. 1st and 10. Murray. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action now. Murray. Harrison's got it on the sideline. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Motioning left is their running back. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Kyler throwing here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
I don't know what play this is,
The
but they're
Cardinals
smoking
take
me
a
on it.
second quarter
They're
lead.
smoking me on
Trey
it.
McBride, the
They'll just-
touchdown. His second
Yeah, I
scoring
don't know
catch
what
of the
that's a
game.
great play. I mean, you just got the tight end
So Brock,
one-on-one,
this
and he's
offense
smoking my
starting to
fucking
find
safeties.
its
It's
rhythm a
destroying
bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They go play action with Tagovailoa. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Dolphins at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend's pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Able to find Corley. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They're set up at the 35 now. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. He'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one.
Potential grounding.
I feel like if I threw that ball, it's going to be a pick. Wherever I was going to throw it, I'd rather get that than a fucking.
Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment.
This game
Brock.
loves
Is there
having to throw
ever
picks.
a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely. Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Aubrey puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. The Cardinals getting out there on offense one last time in this opening half. They'll have to be quick about anything they want to do here. We're just moments away from halftime. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
A massive shot towards the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So it's halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals out in front. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Devontae Smith, a career afternoon, 4 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Josh Allen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. It was a solid first half for the always dangerous Kyler Murray. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half, and he may just be getting started. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football, and you'd have to think the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the third. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
I knew I'd get him a deep pass this game. I knew I would. The problem is they keep covering him deep, so like to get up a deep pass is rough.
Well, an
on a press,
play
we can
like
get
that
by
does
press,
the
it's a
exact same
touchdown.
thing.
But,
Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's got a man left. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third down run from Achane. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a gain of 4. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. The gun, Tagovailoa. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back third down coming up.
That was my fault there. I kind of took a shot on the play call. My fault there.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch made over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash.
Yeah,
Aubrey
that
puts
last
it through.
play, the third down,
And that
the
cuts the
second
lead
down
back
play
down
was
to
like,
a lone point.
it was feast or famine. It was either a touchdown or
Inspired a bunch
going
of
to be a fucking
confidence in himself
disaster. I
right
just
there,
took a
Kate.
chance
Second
on it.
time.
All right, 1 point game. I'm covering the long ball here, so that's the only thing that's hurting me. Their offense is basically not doing much. If they didn't hit those couple long passes, they wouldn't be doing much at all.
Second time,
So we'll see how that
right
goes.
through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single
Yeah,
point.
if I control this
Brock,
long
as
ball, I
they
got to
send
win
this
here.
up and
They're not
away.
going to win this game. I got to think I'm going to win this game.
He stopped on the return at the
No, I'm losing
27.
in the second half, but
The
we'll see.
Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Kyler. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Murray dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the air, Murray. McBride hauls it in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Gets this one to Harrison. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this 2nd half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Handoff here for Miller. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Again, it's Miller. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end. Nothing gained or lost on that run. And now it's 3rd and 3. Tua setting up to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Miami. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 39. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On the give, it's Miller. And he gets this forward to the 19. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Three-quarters in the books from this one. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the 4th. Second and 3 now. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket. They're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys.
Touchdown, Miami! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
So now a big spot for the Dolphins here as they line up for 2. Tagovailoa will look to throw. They did it! He made the interception! Buda Baker picks it off. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Gonna need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got Harrison. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Brought in right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. They put a receiver in motion here left. Murray here on first down. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. So second down coming up. Running back sent in motion. This reeled in by Betson. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still third down.
Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Murray setting up to throw. Stays in the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
As we're into the fourth quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
The Cardinals out for the punt. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll stick with Achane. And he gets this up to the 20 before being stopped. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Throwing on 3rd, Tagovailoa. Sideline shot is snagged by Corley. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Complete out to the right. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Tua off the play fake. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Trying to pick it up here with Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Cardinals football. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Benson on 1st and 10. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that play. Still need 3 times that now on 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Running with A-Chain and out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins stretch into a 2-score game in the 4th.
Beautiful.
And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins push the lead up to 12. Sanders all set to send it away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Outhead the Cardinals now on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Cut out left. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense in the hurry up here. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Offense up to the line fast. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That's good for our Cardinals.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. 1st and 10, Murray. Dump off caught by his back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Cardinals in the hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 12 yards to go.
To throw. Complete beyond the marker. And in for the Arizona touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals trim the deficit down to 5. We're down inside the final 90 seconds as they line up for the all-important onside kick. And the Dolphins get on that football. Needed to try it, we all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, a quick stop, a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. 2nd down carry for Achane. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Staying on the ground here with Achane. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. With the win in hands, they don't take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Final kneel down here, and that should put a bow on this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jason Sanders. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Glendale.